Hi everyone. I wanted to remind you that the Self Storage Summit is coming up quickly. Go to the selfstoragesummit.com to claim your free pass to the 2019 summit. Now again, hey, this is a virtual summit. This is going to be held online and not in the conference room. I'm delivering over 25 experts in self-storage right to your computer. So again, go to the selfstoragesummit.com to register, and I'll see you soon.
Are the doors at your storage facility faded, oxidized, discolored, and just old looking? Do they leave chalk on your customers' hands and belongings? Are you losing business to your competitors because your doors make your facility look old and outdated? Faded doors are a universal problem in the storage industry. The Everbright restoration system is the smart choice in door restoration. Everbright restores your door's original color and luster, making your doors look brand new again. Everbright is a clear coating and will work on any color door. Everbright is ready to use, with no complicated mixing, no masking or taping off the surrounding surfaces. Everbright also protects metal buildings, signs, and gates against sun fading, salt air, acid rain, and other damaging elements. At $15 per large door, Everbright is the economical answer to restoring your faded and oxidized doors, helping you attract new customers and protecting your investment.
The big question is this: how are those in the self-storage industry like us going to be successful in today's market? That's the question, and this show will give you the answers. My name is Jim Ross, and welcome to the Self-Storage Show.
Hi everyone, it's Jim Ross from the Self Storage Show. Today we're going to do another episode of a Storage Spotlight. I got a returning guest. I think you're like one of maybe 3 people that have been a returning guest. So
Oh, amazing.
I got Christel Land with me today. How's it going?
Yeah, really good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming back and going on for more.
Very happy
I don't know
to.
if it's good or bad, but thanks for coming back on. Victim.
It's all good. It's all good.
How you been since last time we talked? Keeping busy?
Yeah, I'm keeping busy. Yeah. I've written a book since the last time I was with you. And
I got it.
yeah,
I got it.
yes. And yeah, I work with self-storage companies in around Europe, helping them grow, help with their sales and marketing. So it just felt like a good time to kind of take some of all that and put it into a book. So yeah, I've been doing some online sales trainings and in-house sales trainings, and yeah, just busy with all kinds of stuff. So
Remind me where you're at.
well, I live in Copenhagen in Denmark,
Okay.
which is a teeny tiny country with only 5 million people in it.
Yeah.
But my client base is all around Europe, so I travel around whenever I go out and visit clients.
That's so cool. It's so funny, like when I do these kind of interviews on Zoom like this, you kind of lose perspective on where everybody's at. It's like last week I was talking to a guy in Hong Kong, and another one was in Australia last week, and now you. And it's like, click a button, and there you are. So I lose perspective on wherever everybody's at in the world.
Exactly. No, the world becomes very small when it's possible to do video calls like this. So it's great.
Yep. That's. I love it. That's more we can do online and more of the education online. I think that's, me. That's why I'm pushing it that way. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a great initiative you have also coming up with the online summit. The more we can, add online, the more people we can reach. So.
Yep, that's the idea. It's getting to more people that otherwise wouldn't get to that information.
Exactly.
So anyway,
Exactly.
yeah, let's bring some value here to people that are tuning in and all that. So I want to kind of talk a little bit about this right off the bat. First,
Yes.
congrats. It's
Thank you.
it's hard to write a book. I wrote one a few years ago, and it's a lot of work, isn't it?
It is. Yes. And I do my best writing when I'm on an empty stomach and when it's really early in the morning. So all summer long, I was getting up really, really early.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and spending the first 2 or 3 hours typing, and then I'd have a normal day. So yeah, there were a lot of early mornings that went into that book.
No, I commend you for that, because again, that's a lot of work. It's like, oh, cool, I have an idea to write a book, and you actually start doing it. It's like, whoa, what did I get into?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's a much bigger project than you think. But no, it's also good fun. You know, it's a good way of sharing experience and stuff.
No, it's great. I mean, there's not, honestly, for storage, for self-storage, there's only a handful of books really out there. There's just some workbooks and things like that, but an actual, book, there's kind of few and far between. So that's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
So kind of give me a little highlight. What's it about here?
Yeah, well, the book is really the work I do is quite similar to the work you do with self-storage companies in the US. You know, I work with self-storage companies, both big and small, to help them improve their sales and marketing and to help them grow. And I've also done that outside the self-storage industry. And over the years, I've just one of the things that my clients rely on me for is to kind of keep up to date with all the latest trends and information and research about, what makes customers tick. And whenever I come into a new self-storage business, I just always see that there's a gap between, what we know about how customers buy and then how we're actually selling. And so that was really why I wanted to write the book, was to kind of pull those two things together and say, well, this is actually all the stuff we know right now about how customers like to buy. And these are some of the things we can do to, close that gap if there is one. So.
Yeah. What have you seen that's kind of changed over the years as far as how people want to buy? I guess, so we're talking about storage here, but have you
yeah,
seen
well, I mean, the really big thing that's happened over the last sort of, well, I guess 15 years or so is really, moving online.
Sure.
I read some really interesting research that was done by Google and the consultancy company Gartner, and they looked at how much of a purchase decision happens before a customer contacts a company about what they need. And of course, that used to be, when we just had the yellow pages around, that used to be, you'd look someone's phone number up and then you'd call them.
Yeah.
But now, actually, just under 60% of customers' decision is made before they ever contact us. So most of our selling happens without our direct influence, which means that, all the stuff we do online, our Facebook pages and our LinkedIn pages and our websites and all that stuff, is actually also part of the selling. And so marketing and selling is kind of molded into one. It used to be sort of two different skill sets and two different processes, but actually the two are turning into being more like one. And I think that's the biggest shift that's happened.
So the more that you can basically sell yourself online before they even pick up the phone, it demands your attention for that kind of thing.
Exactly. And one of the big gaps that I see on that side of sales is, every single self-storage company I walk into has a pretty elaborate Google strategy. They all know their rankings, they know their numbers, they've got their budgets, But what I very rarely see is a self-storage company that has a strategy for the second largest search engine in the world, which is actually YouTube. A lot of us think of YouTube as a collection of videos, but it's actually the world's second largest search engine.
Yeah.
And the young people, I mean, I'm not that old, but the younger people, the generation that's sort of 25 and younger, they actually prefer video-based searches. So if they have a need, they'll go onto YouTube first and see what they can find there. And then only if they can't find the answer there, will they then go to Google, because they prefer the video over reading text.
Yeah.
And so video is also a really great way to sell. And I think over the next, say, 10 years, it's going to need to be a much more important part of both marketing and sales.
Have you seen anybody that's actually doing it right when it comes to that kind of thing? Or is this just more of just teaching and people are just starting to implement it? Or is someone actually kind of paved the road for this kind of thing?
Cassaforte, the biggest self-storage operator in Italy, they're doing some really good videos for social media and for YouTube. That's Cassaforte, CASA, and then FORTE.
Okay.
So they put together, both videos about their company and whenever they open a new facility and that sort of thing. Those are probably the best ones I've seen so far. So I think
that's how I always learn. I like to see what someone else is doing. I make it my own kind of thing. I like to see some examples, and even if it's not in storage, I don't care if there's this other industries that are utilizing something good that way for different kind of marketing or videos on YouTube. I'll watch it and kind of, cool, that's awesome. I'll make it my own, and
Exactly. Yeah. Adapt it, and yeah.
that's why I started this.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doing a storage podcast. There's plenty of podcasts out there, but like, all right, I need one for storage, so here we go.
Exactly.
So I'm just kind of curious, like when you said you do, trainings and all that, do you do it with portfolio of sites, or do you do it more one-on-one with locations? How does that work?
I usually do it with a group of managers. So say, if it's a chain of however many stores, they'll bring people together, and then I'll do a training with their teams. And then I've been working together with the Self-Storage Association here in Europe to put together an online sales training as well. So members who are, maybe remotely spread geographically, or they're maybe too small to really be able to afford to bring a sales trainer in full time just for them, they can then do a generic self-storage training course online instead. So that'll be really exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye out for that. I got one. I've done it before for like I don't know if you ever saw, I did like a 30-day challenge kind of thing on Facebook.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, this will be the announcement. I'm actually packaging that together as a course as well. So I figured,
cool.
Yeah, again, same thing. We both have the same mentality. The more value and we can educate everybody, hey, the better. So that's
Exactly.
online.
I think of myself as a European version of you with longer hair and no podcast.
Well, get a podcast. Come on, we got Dean Booty. He's got a podcast.
I'm speaking to Dean tomorrow, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
I recorded with Dean probably, like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I've been giving him crap like every week, like, launch your podcast, dude. It's been 3 months. You want to get somebody like in the pipeline before he launched. So he has a whole plan all worked out. So he was fun. He was a good guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Is there anything else in the book you kind of want to touch on?
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that makes it a bit different is that one of the things I do a lot in my sales training is teach people how to spot different customer types.
Okay.
Often when we recruit people or we do like team building days and that sort of thing, you can talk about different, personality types or behavioral types in a team. But we don't as often speak about it in sales. And it's just something that I've seen time and time again is really effective at increasing the conversion rate. Because if you can communicate, if you can adapt your communication to the person that you're dealing with, you build trust better. Everything just flows better, and you're more likely to close them. So I have a whole section in there about how to spot different customer types, even if it's just in an email, and then how you need to adapt to that. So yeah, and then I've taken a model that is used in lots of different industries, but I've kind of tried to make it simple. So I've translated each customer type into a bird. So there are eagles and parrots and owls and doves.
I saw. I mean, that's how I read. I've been so busy with the summit stuff. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, but you saw the birds.
I was like go through like pretty pictures of birds. Okay. So.
Yeah, exactly. So,
that makes sense now. Okay.
I think I'm becoming known in Europe as the bird lady. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing or not. Maybe you start having like a little like a fake bird on your shoulder.
I'm not sure either.
That could be your whole new shtick. Just go with it.
Yeah.
Again, this is cool. I'm gonna take the time and go through this. I want to plug this. Where can people go to purchase it?
You can just find it on Amazon. So if you just search for self-storage or on my name on Amazon, then it'll pop up.
Cool. So there you go. Make sure all the show notes has all the links and stuff for you too. But no, I really want to just have you come on because again, there's not a whole lot out there for people. So the more information we can get out there, and again, it's a cheap buy and a good read. So
yeah, exactly, and that's why I'm trying to turn it into, or not trying, I'm turning it into a little trilogy. So I'm going to be doing one on growth and also one on marketing.
I saw the images on your presentation that you did. Yeah, I had a couple still images on there. That's cool.
So I'm still getting up early to type every day.
You're the glutton for punishment. That's a lot of writing.
It is, yeah.
How often do you want to release them?
The growth one is going to be out by the end of this year, and the marketing one is going to be out by the end of the first quarter. Because then I've got another 2 books I want to write next year as well that are not self-storage specific. So
Yeah.
I'm on a writing schedule.
I love to roll. Just keep going with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to make me promise then. When the next book comes out, you got to do this again. And the next book comes
Cool.
out,
Yeah.
do this again. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, that's good. Well, let's wrap this up. Thanks again for touching base with me again. We'll see you again, I guess, in a couple months.
Yeah, it was great to speak to you.
Part 3. All right. Thanks, Christel. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for supporting the show. I want to let you know that we've just opened up our brand new free private Facebook group. There I'll be having some extra special content not found anywhere else. If you really want your facility to be a success in today's market, then this is going to be the place for you. You can request to join us at selfstoragecommunity.com or search for Self Storage Domination Community on Facebook.